Hi, it's Jenny with Jenny's Smith Boutique, and in this video I'm going to show you how to make a gorgeous summer basket door hanger arrangement. I'm very excited. This basket is so beautiful. I love that weave. It's got a nice little hanger on the back. It's perfect. That's what it looks like. And we're going to be using a beautiful mix of florals. I will get into these in just a minute. And then to prep our basket, we're going to be using some floral foam. If you have a basket with a more loose weave and you can see the green through it, I would recommend wrapping it with burlap. I have another tutorial on my YouTube channel right there where I show you exactly how to do that. It's a fall door hanger basket. I love it. So that basket has a looser weave and you can see the green through it. So I use burlap. Not going to do that with this one because we don't need to. Time saver. All right. I'm also using hot glue gun, but also I'm not going to pick it up, but my glue skillet. So I'm excited about that. I don't use it often, but I do when I use floral foam. My favorite wire cutters. I'm going to be using a little bit, some kind of pick to use. If you want to add a bow, I'll show you how to add it using this. So, and some floral wire. We won't get to that until later. Then I've got a little bit of ribbon for a bow, some scissors, and a knife. This is a knife that I do not care about, but it is sharp, and I will need it to make our floral foam fit into the basket. And like I said, this is from Michael's, but you can grab them from other places too. I'm going to actually try and link everything I can in the description below if you want to grab the exact materials I used. I know this is from Michael's, and my florals are a wholesale, so I will offer most of them in my shop, if not all of them. I'm hoping to do all of them. Some of them are already offered in my shop, so that's nice. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is see how wide we need to cut this. So if you put it sideways, you can kind of see I just need to cut off a little bit so it fits on the sides. I also got this floral block of foam from Michael's. One block of foam lasts me many, many projects. This one does use a pretty large chunk though. The nice thing is I don't have to cut any height off it. So we will start with that. Now that we have that, we'll see how close we are. Okay, now we're going to have to cut off a little bit from the front. Phew. Okay. Okay, it's kind of a tight fit, but just gonna shave off a little bit. We want a nice snug fit because that way it's not gonna fall out. All right, look at that. A nice snug fit. Perfect. Okay, now we can fill in these side gaps if you like. There. Now we have something for our pieces to stick to, and it still looks really nice on the basket. You can't really see the green through it. Phew, worst part is over. Okay, now I'm gonna add just a little bit of Spanish moss just to dress the top. So if you're looking at it, you can't see the green. We're gonna have it packed with florals, so we don't need a lot. You can get Spanish moss anywhere. Amazon, Walmart, Hobby Lobby, Michael's, wherever. And I'm not adding a lot. I'm just going to dab a tiny bit of glue. And then just stick it on. Do not love the look of floral foam. And I've seen so many projects where if they would have just done this one little step, it would have made their project look so much better when you look up close. From far away, yeah, it looks fine without it. But it's those little extra details that really put your product over the top. And I think it's worth it to do those extra little steps. And I just have my glue gun on low for this part, or I will burn myself. All right, now that first step of prepping the basket and adding the moss, now we're ready to do the fun part, which is adding our florals. So I've got this gorgeous eucalyptus. I've used this in a wreath tutorial that I have here on my YouTube channel. I have more of this greenery now, but I also have a kit to go with that wreath that's almost sold out. I did a big restock of it, so that was nice. I'm also using this greenery that's also in that kit. Isn't that gorgeous? And then another kind of eucalyptus. And I like it because it's got that seeded look. It's beautiful. And I like this because it can stand upright in the basket. But this one we can kind of bend. So that's our greenery. And then I brought more florals than I think we'll need. But I've got this agapanthus. We'll see if we need it, but I love the color and texture of this. I don't know if I'll have room, but I really want to use it. I've had this, I got this spring and I've been dying to use it. Nigella, another wreath kit here on my YouTube channel. I love that blue color. I've got a larger ranuncula. I love the detail. Oh, the detail is amazing. And then I've got 3 of these. I wasn't sure which ones I wanted to use, so I brought both. A hellebore bush. I know hellebore is more spring, but I can't help it. I love these. These are one of my favorite flowers I bought this year. I have these available in my shop as well. I use them in a different wreath where the wreath kit is sold out, but I do have some of these left. My Mascari pick. Aren't they beautiful? I love that blue. And then I've got these little daisies. Love them. And some buttery yellow cosmos. I love this. Really brings it into summer, doesn't it? Love. We are going to start with our greenery one at a time. I'm going to start with this one. I have 2 stems, but I don't know if I'm going to need them. And they are longer and wispier. And since this is kind of a taller basket, I thought that would be perfect. So I'm just going to cut the stems really quick so you can see. I don't want them to be too tall. And I do want to bend some forward. But these are so pretty and they'll like blow in the wind if you get a little gust of wind by your front door. And the reason I like to use a glue pot for this is so I can just stick the stem in and it just fully covers the stem and I can stick it in where it's different for grapevine. So that's why I'm going to put this toward the middle back. So that is our height and it's pretty tall. And this one's going to go on the other side. I will show you what it looks like laid down after I get a couple pieces in. This is kind of our backdrop, but it is really wispy. And then I'm going to stick some pieces out the side. One thing when you're working with floral foam is the stems need to be a little bit on the sturdy side. Oh, isn't it beautiful so far? The sturdier the better. These are kind of in between. That's why I left that little piece there, so that'll get stuck in nicely. And then I'm going to stick this toward the front. And then we can bend it down. I love faux florals because you can bend them. It's fantastic. So we have something coming over the front. It doesn't have to be a lot, but I think that natural flowy look is so pretty. I love that you can see these. So that's what we have so far. Okay, so there's our first layer of greenery. It looks so pretty. Look at that. It's so wild and free, which I love. I wanted the height to be about the same as the basket. So The basket and this are about the same height. Now to add a little bit more structure, we're going to add these eucalyptus. And these have nice, sturdy stems. I love that. And these are just kind of fill in the next layer down. These are so great for adding structure here and filler. I love it. And I am going to use 2 bundles of this. They come in little bundles of 5 stems, 4 stems. I'll have to look. They come in bundles of 5, and 2 of those are these, which you know I love texture. So this is kind of like our berry element. So here it is after our first grouping of the second greenery. And I'm going to leave some of these stems a little bit longer so I can put them in the back. So pretty. Ah. Okay. Now I'm going to put the shorter one kind of toward the middle here. Here, I'll bend it so you can kind of see what I'm doing. So it just goes like that. I'm going to leave this berry a little longer so we can really bring that texture to the back. And then angle this one out to the side. And so now we have this. It's our basket. Looks nice and full so far. Isn't it beautiful? I love it. So now we're going to use these, and you just kind of push the greenery up. This is going to be a really good filler. I love this soft color palette. Did you notice that all my greenery is kind of that same cool tone? So this is just going to be what I said it is. It's a filler, so it's going to be filling in our greenery gaps. So I'll put some in the front a little bit shorter. I'm going to put it all the way down, and I can bend it a little bit. Put some taller ones in the back. Since we're not doing an arrangement that's going to be seen from all angles, we don't have to worry about what the back looks like. We only need to worry about what it looks like from the front. One back here. And these are the best stems. They're nice and sturdy. And they're small, so they fit in really nicely. This is what we have so far. Looking good. Isn't that beautiful? I love it. Now I'm going to add my 1 ranuncula, this kind. And I am cutting it at an angle. It's kind of a thicker stem, and it does have a bud with it. So I'm going to put it kind of toward the side right here. And I'm just going to use my scissors to get that hole started. I think it'll make it easier. There, and I like that sticking kind of down in the front off to the side, like so. So pretty. And then I'll put the bud kind of behind it, I think. Very cute. Now I'm going to use the hellebores. I love these and they're so gorgeous. So I'm just going to cut these stems at an angle. I like that there are some that are longer. Still going to try to cut them at an angle. That way we can have some in the back. These are a great filler flower, but they're also just so beautiful on their own. These are as close to Real Touch as you can get. They look like Real Touch, but they aren't, but the quality is really, really good. We were just talking to my VIP group about how to tell the difference between high quality florals, and one of the things I mentioned, I was talking about these in particular, is you can't see the weave on the flower. Like cheaper flowers that you get at like Dollar Tree or Walmart and lots of other places, like even Michael's and Hobby Lobby, have a range of cheap flowers and really nice flowers. And you can tell by the coloring and just like the weave is very, very small on the petals, so you can't tell. So it looks very realistic. If you're interested in the VIP group, it's not open right now, but you can join the wait list and you'll be notified as soon as I open the doors again to that. So I'm going to use some of the longer stems to put in the back, and I will show you. I'm going to put them in and then I'll bend this down so you can see better. So the tall ones go in the back. Oh my gosh. Look at that. These are just the best filler. So don't forget to have things come out the side. So we have so far. Then I'm going to put this one kind of in the middle. Put this one with the bud out to the side. So beautiful. So this is what it looks like so far. Isn't it gorgeous? This agapanthus has a thick stem. Can you see that? But I'm going to try and use it anyway because I love this flower so much. And then the smaller flower, one of my best tips for getting good quality sprays is getting ones that have different sizes so it looks real. A real plant will have different sizes of these. So then we can bring some color to the back and then put this one in the front next to this. And once again, I am going to use my scissors and I'm angling the hole backward so that this can face more forward. Oh my gosh. That is so pretty. Look at that blue color, that purpley. Oh, so cute. I might use 1.5 so I can have another. We'll see. I'm going to bring, let's see, I'm going to put this right here. A little bit higher. So we're kind of angling the flowers. Can you see that from the side? So it's going like this a little bit. And that's on purpose. All right, now these are great for this blue nigella because they've got nice sturdy stems and they're pretty tall. I might stick this whole stem back there because it's nice and tall. And I might use 2 because I would love to bring some of that blue and add it to the height. I'm actually going to do it this way so I can see the back. So there you go. Oh, it's so pretty. And then we can kind of bend the florals in with everything. And this is another example of a floral that has the buds and the different size flowers. They look so real that way. Okay, now we've got some height. which looks amazing. Now I'm going to bring some of the blue over here. This is looking so good. Ah, I love this. Oh my gosh, this is beautiful. I'm gonna wait to add my other Nigella stem. I'm gonna add these purple hyacinth in, and that might be all the blue we need. And I love that these have that nice grassy texture too. They're so pretty. I'm just gonna lay this down so you can admire it while I work on the next stems. It's so fun to do something a little different. And these door hangers are really popular this year. And so is this color palette, by the way. I know I usually make pink, but it's fun making these other colors too. And these have the perfect stems for this. They are shorter stems, but they are perfect for adding another texture and shape, and that grassy texture. Isn't that beautiful? And there's 5 of them, so that's perfect. So this is just gonna kind of fill in, give some more textural interest, which we gotta have. And yes, everything I'm using is really, really good quality on this one. You don't have to use the exact things. Just kind of look for a similar color palette and different shapes and sizes of florals in whatever color palette you like. I'm just really loving this one right now. And like I said earlier, I will have these florals available in my shop by the time this video goes live. I already have about half of them in there. So if you want to get the exact same things as me, you totally can. And if you prefer to source your own, you totally can. Either way is great. Okay, I'm going to try and leave this stem a little bit longer so that it can go back a little bit. Oh, that's so pretty. And I'm going to stick this one in sideways so it sticks out the side a little bit more to the side and to the front. So gorgeous. Look at this. Isn't that beautiful? You could stop here. You really could. However, oh my gosh. If you want to keep that simple color palette, you totally can. But I wanted to warm it up and really make it perfect for summer with these little daisies and these buttery yellow cosmos. I think that's just going to make it just, oh, perfect for summer. I'm obsessed with these. I actually have more on the way. I ordered a bunch more that should be here next week, or maybe the week I'm posting this. I have some chamomile growing in my garden because I use it to make my own tea, but I also just love the little flowers. They're so pretty. They look just like this, little mini daisies. But I'm also going to be planting some feverfew, which I should have planted already, because I just love these little daisies. I think they just add the perfect little texture. So I'm going to add a little bit in the back since I have a nice long stem. Try not to burn myself. I burn myself way more with a glue pot than my glue gun. I'm curious to know about you. Hopefully you don't burn yourself at all, but if you do, which one's more dangerous for you to use? Genuinely curious. Maybe I should work from the other side of the table and then just have the camera behind me. That'd be fun. I'm still working out the best camera angles. Oh my gosh, that is just beautiful. So pretty. Okay, one more over here on the side. Yep. Okay. That is so cute. What do you think? Isn't that beautiful? So here's the whole thing so far. And now I'm going to add in this to make it extra summery. I have some favorite flowers that I bought, and these cosmos in the white and the little buttery yellow are just so perfect. I'm going to put this toward the back so that we can get some of that yellow in the back with some height. Oh, look at that. Isn't that pretty? So I'm going to put this in an angle so it goes toward the side and up a little bit because I've got two stems. I don't want my hellebores to hide. Okay, and then one more over here. Okay, I absolutely love how this turned out. Isn't it beautiful? Now, I could put one more piece of purple. That's what I'm going to do. So I'm using 1.5 of these. I just need to. I'm going to put it right here so that we've got that purple color over there as well. Just those little things. Oh yeah, that is just perfect. Isn't that gorgeous? I love it. Okay, now we are going to add a bow. This is totally optional. When I did my last one, oh, you should put a bow on it. And I'm not a big bow person. I like natural, but I do like a little side bow. I thought this blue would be really pretty. It's not big statement bow. It's just a little accent bow and the ribbon can dangle down a little bit. So what I'm going to do to make that, I'm going to use some wire as well. I want to have it ready to go. So I'm going to make a loop. I pinch it here and I make a loop around. I'm just making a regular bow, but I'm trying to keep the ribbon facing forward. This is not double-sided ribbon. Oops. So I'm just making it worse. I'm actually going to turn it over because I did such a bad job. The other side looks better. Okay, so before I tighten the bow, I'm just going to add this wire to the back. Okay, now I've tightened it up, and this is not wired ribbon. If you want your bow tails to not loop down, definitely use a wired ribbon. In fact, Hobby Lobby has some really cute ones. If I had the blue in this, I would totally use it. This is a sagey green, which would also be really pretty, but I like the blue. But this is wired, but it's also that velvety look. So if you wanted a wired ribbon with the same look, so you just didn't want your loops to fall down, I would use this instead. So this is what I wanted to show you. So I've got my little extra trash stems. Take a little piece off. So what we're gonna do is we twist our wire on the back, and then we're going to twist it to our little stem. And you can wrap it with floral wire if you want. It's not going to show, so I'm not worried about it. So I'm just twisting that. So now we have a nice little pick for our bow. You could wrap it all the way around the basket. That's totally fine. But all I'm going to do, I'm going to dab this in some glue and then turn this thing off and stick it into the foam. So I'll show you what that looks like. So now we've got a nice pretty bow here, and you could use whatever color you like. And I'm going to let the ribbon tails flow longer so it hangs down a little bit. You can always cut them shorter if you don't like it, but you can't make them longer if you cut them too short. Pro tip. Oh my goodness. So whether you like it with or without the bow, I wanted to show you either way, and it's very, very understated. All that work to make those bow tails face forward. They're not facing forward. Oh my gosh, I love it. Isn't that beautiful? Look at all those details and flowers. This looks like it could be in a wedding, doesn't it? A wedding centerpiece against the wall. Oh my gosh, I love it. Let me know what you think. I'm going to link all of these gorgeous, highest quality ever florals in the description, as well as a link where you can grab this beauty. And I hope you enjoyed. Let me know what you think, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.